Hello everyone, I'm coming to you from Virginia. It's a really hot, sweaty day, but I'm in nature anyways. Gotta get into nature, no matter how hot it is. Today I want to talk about the importance of dreams and beliefs. I had a dream a few months ago. Once I stopped using cannabis, I started having pretty intense dreams. And some of them have really stood out as being very significant. In one of my dreams, I was in a prison cell. And I could feel in my body, I could feel in my heart the anxiety and the terror of being trapped. And I sat there, and at some point I was talking to the person in the cell next to me, and I was coming to terms with the truth that I would be stuck in this prison cell, behind these bars, behind these cement walls for years to come, and there was nothing I could do about it. That I was completely trapped and helpless. And as I sat in this cell, so aware of the suffering that was occurring in my heart as a result of being trapped, somehow I was perceiving myself from above. I could see myself in this cell. I was not witnessing this dream from the first person. I was witnessing it outside of my body, observing myself sitting there, grieving for the loss of my freedom. And from the perception that I was observing this scenario, I could see what my body, what my physical self couldn't see. I could see that this cell I was in had no roof, that had no ceiling. There was a ceiling in the building, and there was a hallway with cells on either side, and I was in a cell, but the cell had no roof top to the cell. There was space between the ceiling and the top of the walls. The walls that were keeping me trapped were only about 6 feet tall. And above that, there were maybe another 6 feet of clearance before the ceiling. And so this was a cell I could easily climb out of. And the part of me that was aware and watching this scenario knew I could climb out at any time. But the part of myself that was in the cell was certain that there was no way out, that I was completely trapped. And that's the part I could feel. I could feel the emotions of that part of myself. I could feel it in my body. And I woke up feeling it. And it's a feeling I know so well because it's a feeling I go through all the time, a feeling I experience on a regular basis in my life. This fear of being trapped and stuck and having no way out. But it's all a story. It's not true. The truth is I have incredible power in my life, and I can get out of this prison cell that I'm in. I can get out. I can change my life. But it starts with changing my beliefs. And I've been doing some work going through my beliefs recently, figuring out what it is that's keeping me stuck. Keeping me stuck in a place that I don't want to be. I've never felt more trapped in my life. I've never felt more disempowered in my life. And as I look through these beliefs, trying to figure out what it is that's keeping me in this space, I came to sum it up in a single sentence. I believe that whatever I want to do to support myself, to create the financial abundance and success in my life that I want, that whatever it is that I do, I'm incapable of doing it. Whatever I want to do, whatever I'm inspired to do, I am incapable of doing it because of the pain in my body and the limitations of my body. And I believe that even if I could do it, I would actually be miserable. That all that hard work would be meaningless because I would be miserable. And I know where these two beliefs come from. I've struggled with pain issues for 16, 17 years of my life now. It's all I know, especially in my adult life. decade of my life in my 20s was just spent trying to figure out how to heal and how to support myself while I was healing. And there were so many ups and downs in that process. There were so many moments where I was excited and I thought I'd found the answer, and I moved forward with enthusiasm and passion, only to hit wall after wall after wall and to be knocked down again to a new low of pain and disability. And to lose that hope again, and to lose that momentum and that passion and that confidence. To be at a place where I had to slowly put myself back together mentally, emotionally, physically, spiritually, so that I could find that hope and that passion and that confidence again. And then I would find a new avenue to healing and abundance and a new potential path to belonging. And I would go down that path with passion and excitement and maybe not 100% confidence, but enough confidence to get going, to get moving. And I would see results, and I would gain hope. And then I would hit walls again and get knocked down again. And find myself in a new level of hopelessness and despair and disability. And this cycle happened maybe 3 or 4 or 5 times. Big ways. It might take a couple years for this cycle to complete itself. But it happened over and over and over again. And so many of the things that drove me to heal, the things that I used to love to do but can't do anymore, every one of those falls came with an acceptance. Okay, I'm not going to do that again. I'm not going to be able to play music again. I'm not going to be able to run again. I'm not going to be able to ride my bike again. And that was really painful. That was really difficult. And I'm grieving for that. I'm still grieving for that. I'm still working through the trauma of that. And I'm at one of those lows, and I'm trying to find that confidence and that hope and that passion. But I've been disappointed so many times before that as a protection mechanism, I'm just refusing to believe that it's possible. But I gotta find that. I gotta find that within myself. I gotta do that grieving. I gotta heal that trauma. I gotta find that confidence again, because there's no other path forward. There's no other way to do it. I gotta try. No matter how many times I get knocked down, I gotta keep going. Because just staying here in this feeling of hopelessness and trapped isolation, can't do that. The other half of the belief that's holding me back is that even if I found success, I'd be miserable. And this is because I grew up in a part of the world where, how do I describe this place? The culture here is all about your job. Your job is your identity, yet most of the people here don't like their job. They spend 40 hours a week in a cubicle, and they spend another 10, 15, 20 hours a week in traffic on top of that, getting to their cubicle, and they all have plans to leave. Everyone has plans to leave. No one wants to be here. They all want to go back to their home in Kansas or North Carolina or wherever it is they came from. They all have plans to get to the West Coast or to get to New York. It's very rare to come across someone in this part of the world who really wants to be here and is doing something that they're fulfilled doing. This was modeled in my own family. You know, I have members of my family who just have been unhappy supporting themselves, unhappy doing what they're doing in life for decades, and they just keep doing it because they don't believe they have any other options. And it wasn't until I was about 27 years old that I knew anything else existed. It wasn't until I was about 27 years old that I realized it was actually possible. It was actually possible to love what you were doing, to create abundance and success in your life, loving what you're doing, and loving where you are, and having a healthy, vibrant community. I didn't even know that was possible because I hadn't seen it. I honestly hadn't seen it. And when I discovered people living that way, it just blew my mind. And a whole new world of possibility opened for me. And I've been spending the last 3, 4 years, however many years it's been, trying to create that for myself. Because once I realized it was possible, I just said, okay, this is it. This is my standard. I am not settling for anything else. I am not settling for a life of mediocrity and dissatisfaction with my career. I'm going to do something that has meaning. I'm going to do something that gives me a sense of purpose and fulfillment. I'm going to be happy doing that. But those beliefs that I held for a decade of my life before that was impossible, that's still very ingrained deep in who I am. Both of those beliefs are so deep in my energy system. The belief that my body will prevent me from being successful, and the belief that success means sacrificing your happiness and sacrificing your freedom. Those beliefs are so deeply entrenched in my subconscious. I'm having a really hard time breaking through them. But this is the key to my life. This is the most important thing in my life right now, is finding a way to break through those beliefs. Because if I don't, I'm just gonna be stuck in that prison cell for years. The prison cell with no ceiling, convincing myself that I'm trapped and have no options. That's gonna be my life for years if I don't change these beliefs. So that's what I'm working on. That's where I am in my life. I'm so grateful for the awareness of what's happening within me. And I'm so grateful that I have this time and this space to work through this and to change these beliefs and to create a life of abundance and purpose and fulfillment and contribution. So grateful that I have that potential. And I'm so grateful that my body is capable of healing. And I'm so grateful that I can change this story. I'm gonna heal. I'm gonna create abundance in my life. I'm gonna love my life more and more every year, and I'm gonna find a way to be at peace with whatever limitations that exist in my body, what I can't do. If I can never run again, I can never ride my bike again, that's fine. I'll find peace with that. I will accept that. But I'm not gonna give up on being able to create a life of fulfillment and abundance and contribution. Doing something I love, feeling free, and being in a community full of people who feel the same way. That's what I want. That's what I'm going to create in my life. And I'm not going to stop until I have. Thank you for watching this. Hope this video helped you. It helped me to make it. Until next time. Get into nature. It helps.